I don't know how many people are interested in seeing, Wladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua too. Sounds like, Eddie Hearn is going down to Las Vegas to meet with the MGM Grand in the T-Mobile Arena. I think they're the same thing. To get that fight popping in Las Vegas. This is your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Just in general, I think it's a waste of fight time. Klitschko's not going to change anything. I'm gonna tell you, everybody. The point that made me just be like, fuck this guy. At this point, no offense, he's one of my favorite heavyweights of his era because he was really the only one. But it was the point in the fight where he dropped Joshua and for like the next 3 or 4 rounds, Joshua couldn't even lift his arm. He didn't even throw a punch. He could knock that guy out, and we wouldn't even be here talking about, Joshua in the same breath as other, top heavyweights. Klitschko didn't move his hands, and that was it. If you can't pull the trigger when a guy can't move his hands, then it's over with, man. It's over with for Wladimir Klitschko, in my opinion. I don't see him coming back doing anything in a rematch versus Anthony Joshua. I see Anthony Joshua getting better. I see Anthony Joshua finally facing adversity in the first fight, overcoming adversity. And when that happens, that's like Goku going Super Saiyan or some shit. You got the confidence. You done been through the trials and tribulations of a fight, and he's just gonna get better from this. I think it's best for most guys to fight him now, but I don't think Eddie Hearns is gonna let that happen, especially with prolonging, him fighting anybody else in the division by trying to make this rematch happen. Joshua's just gonna get better, and at a point he might be invincible to most of these heavyweights. Because I don't see anybody with the groundwork that he has. When he only has 20 fights, late starter. He looked like he was getting better in that fight before the knockdown. He was moving better. He looked still a little bit tight, a little bit hunched with his shoulders. He still didn't look as fluid as he can look. But he's a problem. And if Wladimir Klitschko and his wife is stupid enough to let him take this fight again just because it's in Las Vegas, so be it. If he needs the money, he needs the money. Anybody turning down no millions, I feel him on that. And I don't think it's nothing that he can do in this fight to change the course of what happened in the first fight. But it's a shame though that we got a guy, Eddie Hearns, that's a monkey wrench in his division right now, man. We got Bob Arum, manager advisor Al Heyman, Oscar De La Hoya, Rock Nation, tying up other divisions. It is a shame that we don't need a guy like Eddie Hearns to tie up this division. Anthony Joshua should be fighting Luis Ortiz. They made a deal. It's a fight that makes sense. It's a big fight, to the hardcore boxing fans. It's a fight that hardcores want to see. A lot of people say, Joshua will destroy him. But a lot of people saying Luis Ortiz before, Joshua, beat Charles Martin was saying that Luis Ortiz will destroy anybody. So why can't we just get the best fight in the heavyweight division? We haven't had a good heavyweight fight since the early 2000s with Klitschko and Lennox Lewis, since the Wladimir Klitschko Joshua. Why not just keep that momentum rolling? Not now. Eddie Hearns is trying to protect his cash cow. He talks about every fight besides, Ortiz or Wilder. Why not? We want to build the fight. Hey, fuck all this building the fight up. Heavyweights in America is lost. It's lost. Nobody's paying for it. Nobody cares for Wilder on pay-per-view, or Joshua over here. Nobody cares, But if you bring us a good fight on PBC or on ESPN, it can bring fans back to the heavyweight division and know it's coming back. Starting off with an Ortiz and Joshua fight, maybe putting Ortiz and Joshua and Wilder on the same card and having Wilder, potentially fight a Tyson Fury that's coming back. He said he doesn't need a warm-up sometime next year. It works for all parties. It's a showcase fight, and the winner can fight each other, and it's building, it's building publicity, it's building electricity, it's building buzz. And that's the creative mind these guys need to have, not the four corners and try to play it safe in basketball. It's been four corners trying to play it safe in the heavyweight division for too long. It's time to start letting these guys bang it out. It's time to get a tournament going. It's time to get some type of, something standardized, something orchestrated going, a plan. Not just this guy fighting Klitschko, Puev, dropping the WBA belt, to avoid Luis Ortiz. Come on, fight the best. You know, everything is so enamored with everybody's so enamored with the dollar in boxing. You know, continue to fight the best. You know, you do that. You know, then you can do what you want to do in the division once you clean it up. Fight who you want to fight, rule however you want to rule, drop the belt, save the money. It's cool, but right now they need to capitalize on this heavyweight momentum. You know, and put this guy in with, you know, Puev. Nobody gives a fuck. Klitschko too. Why? We know Klitschko's done. He needs to be fighting Ortiz, Wilder. You know anybody of that breadth, of that nature. Brian Jennings. You can put him in somewhat of a tournament with Brian Jennings, Ortiz, Wilder, Joshua, Terrell Big Baby Miller, Alexander Povetkin. If he's clean, I doubt it. I think most people wouldn't want to take a chance with him. Joseph Parker, set him fight Huey Fury. You can put all them in the mix and let them battle it out in a single elimination tournament, man. It makes sense, but it is what it is.